I was driving home from work when it happened. The night was colder than usual. For late October, the kind of cold that claws at your fingertips, even inside the car. I remember the soft hum of the heater and the dull amber glow of the dashboard. And then the headlights. Bright, sudden, too close. A blaring horn tore through the silence. I swerved, but it was too late. There was a crunch of metal, folding like paper, glass shattering like frozen rain, and the sickening lurch of my body jerking forward. The world spun. Then, blackness. I came to in the back of an ambulance. My chest felt like it was on fire, every breath a jagged stab. A paramedic hovered above me, shouting to his partner. He's conscious. Barely. Pupils reactive. We're losing him. I wanted to speak, but blood filled my mouth. My tongue was lead. I heard sirens, distant and fading, like a train in a tunnel. The pain grew sharper, then dulled again, drifting in and out. I closed my eyes and opened them. I was in the driver's seat. My hands gripped the steering wheel. The dashboard glowed. My phone was still playing music. No crash, no pain, just the empty road again. My heart thudded. I pulled over, hands trembling. Had I imagined it? A vivid hallucination? A micro nap? But it felt real. Too real. The paramedic's voice still echoed in my head. My chest ached faintly, as if remembering the trauma my body didn't have. I sat there for a while before driving home. The next day, I told myself it was stress, lack of sleep, maybe a glitch of memory. But that night, as I drifted off in bed, saw the headlights again, felt the impact, woke up gasping. The dreams kept coming. Each night, a new variation of the crash, sometimes head-on, sometimes a rollover, once even sliding off a bridge. But it always ended the same. Pain, sirens, dying, then waking up, reset, back in my body before the crash. I started doing research, obsessively, lucid dreaming, brain trauma, quantum consciousness. I found fringe forums where people talked about similar experiences. Quantum reversion, they called it. A theory that consciousness shifts to the next closest timeline when death occurs. That the self never experiences death, only continuity. You die, but your mind leaps to a reality where you survived, or hadn't died yet. It made a kind of sick sense. What if I had died, again and again, and each time I slipped sideways into another version of me, one still alive, but not untouched? The dreams started bleeding into the day. I'd be walking down the street and suddenly feel my leg snap, hear a bone crunch. No reason, no trauma, just pain, followed by a flash of memory, lying in the street, bleeding, people screaming. Then I'd blink, and I was whole again. One night I woke up screaming, clutching my chest. I remembered flatlining, the ER, a nurse crying, "We lost him." But there I was, in bed, heart racing. No scars, no monitors. I wasn't sure how many times I'd died anymore. It reached a peak last Thursday. I was helping a friend move. We were carrying a bookshelf down the stairs. I remember slipping, my foot missing a step. I went backward. My head slammed into the floor with a wet crack. Darkness, pressure, silence. Then, bright white, the ceiling of a hospital room. Machines beeped. IV in my arm. A nurse looked down and whispered, "Welcome back." But this time, it didn't fade. I stayed. Hours passed. I spoke to doctors. They told me I had a skull fracture, minor brain swelling. I was lucky. I'd be kept for observation, and for the first time in weeks, I felt grounded. Here, real, until I looked at the mirror across the room. My reflection didn't move. I stared. It stared back, but lagged, half a second too slow. It blinked before I did, tilted its head the wrong way, and smiled. I screamed. The nurse rushed in. She saw nothing, but the mirror didn't reflect her. Just me, alone. I blacked out again that night. When I came to, I was standing at the top of the stairs again, right before I fell. My friend was still talking, unaware I had disappeared for days, maybe weeks in some other timeline. I dropped the bookshelf and ran. Now I live cautiously. I check mirrors twice. I flinch at every honk, every crack in the sidewalk, because I know now I've died more times than I can count, and every time my mind drags itself across dimensions, clawing for a reality where I'm still alive. But something is wrong. The worlds are deteriorating. The reflections flicker. People's faces glitch when they speak. Words come out backward. Sometimes I hear my own voice whispering things I didn't say. Last night, I saw a version of myself in the mirror with a crushed skull and missing eye. He mouthed one word. Stop. Maybe there's a limit. A number of times a soul can leap before it unravels. Or maybe something is waiting at the end of the quantum line, watching, letting me run until I can't anymore. Tonight, I saw the headlights again, and this time, I'm not sure I'll wake up. Thanks for watching Cryptic Chronicles. If you love eerie stories and creepy tales, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.